is, which comes in our mind, what is big data? So what exactly big data is? That's what we are going to understand today. Before we start, for each and every subject there is a need. So without need, no one is inventing, no one is discovering. Okay. So there is a need of water. That's why we are building dams. Okay. There is a need for transportation. That's why we are building cars and other transportation modes. So the same way, what is the need of big data and why actually we require big data? So most of the questions answered are there in this presentation, but uh, let me tell you that due to the increasing size of internet and data is being generated too much at each and every level. Even if you go to supermarket, any mall, you see at each and every level data is being generated. So from entering more to the billing, uh, there are cameras which records each and everything. There are products which are coming to the mall. Then there are products which are getting sold to the customers. Customers are generating bill for each and everything. So it's a huge data. Okay. You see, for each and everything, there is a money behind each and everything. Okay, so yeah, money is important. Money is everything to run your business, right? So yeah, we want to know where my money goes, how I'm spending money. Which product is selling faster. So I think in a data mining and data warehouse, you might have learned a priori algorithm, right? So what actually a priori algorithm is? That let me tell you in very short that two products are together. Let's say you are buying laptop, just for assumption purpose. You are buying laptop, and with a laptop you are buying headphone. Okay. So if I see the data, I can see that with laptop, people are buying headphone together. Most of the billing is like this only. What I will do next time with the laptop, I'm going to put billing. I'm going to put headphone as an option. Okay, I'm going to put headphone as an option. As I was saying that everyone wants to increase their business, so how do we increase the business? The same thing like I need to check my past data, my past records, which product is selling faster or which time my product is selling faster. So if there are a 1 lakh transaction every day, let's say 1 lakh transaction every day, how do I get that two products are selling together? So for that, I need to analyze something. Okay, so there are a lot of tools for analysis purpose. So let's say your Excel sheet, let's say your database, these are being generated. These are there. But what happens that if data becomes too much larger, so it doesn't fit in your RAM. So there is a problem. If it doesn't fit in your RAM, then your program crashes. Okay. So index out of bound error. But index out of bound error is a different error. But let me tell you that such kind of error may occur. So at that time, big data will appear. At that time, big data technology will come to rescue you. Okay. So big data technologies are like what? The softwares which made using different terminologies, using different techniques, which can handle very large data. So in short, if I say that there are 1 TB of data, is I want to analyze 1 TB of data, then big data tool I need to use. I cannot use my desktop. Yeah, sometimes you can use desktop. Based on software only, but the way my software manages data, like traditional system, it will be difficult. So I mean to say, big data technologies like Hadoop, Spark, Hive, these are the technologies which handles data efficiently. So even if you have 1 TB data or 100 TB data, you can analyze it, you can get only two products name which you require that okay, I need just two products name which are selling faster, which are selling together. Okay, so this was the basic understanding, intuition behind big data. So basic intuition is first of all is the money. How do I earn more money? I mean, I'm going with a very basic thing. Okay, so you people can understand. So everyone wants the money, and behind money there is a. I mean, how do I sell my product faster to the right people so that I can earn money? Okay, and in order to get that decision, we require some technology which can get through that thing. Okay, so yeah, money word is not there. It's a very loose word. It's not there in documentation. But in documentation, there is a decision. It's a decision keyword is there. That I mean, higher management, like you are a boss of the company, then you need to take decision that how I'm going to sell my product. So that decision you need to take. So for that, you are using big data, right? So, why is there such buzz around big data? Yeah, you are hearing big data a lot, so many times, right? So, is it a big hype or I mean, what's like? Sometimes in movie they are creating hype. This is very nice movie, or this is very wrong movie. I mean, not good movie like that. The way we are creating hype, or is it right? So same way, right now, I mean, AI is creating very good hype. Not hype, I mean to say, it's really helpful technologies if you are developing it. So isn't big data just big hype? Let's see. So how big is big? Now you see here, this is very, very important. Let me take pen here. How big is big? You see this big is in capital. Okay, I mean, do we understand what actually big is? Okay, so that's what we are going to understand. That's why the terminology is big data is there. So what is it that we are really talking about? What actually we are talking about? I mean, yeah, we are talking about obviously big data technologies, but really we are dealing with big data. So in your lifetime, will you ever do any big data? I mean, will you ever use big data technology? I think no. Most of the people, I mean, at this stage, most of the developer will not deal with big data because very few companies. I mean, there are a lot of companies, but it's still few compared to others. That very few companies are generating that much data that we can use. Okay. So here's some of the definition. Big data is a frontier of the firm's ability to store, process, and access all the data it needs to operate effectively, make decisions, reduce risk, and serve customers. So everyone just take this PPT as a very lightly because actually, yeah, this belongs to first chapter only. But still, this PPT is just to give you the idea of what actually big data is. Okay. So yeah, there are different definitions. This definition given by Forrester. So it's a frontier of the firm's ability to store, process, and access. In short, they are given SPA. All the data it needs to operate effectively, make decisions, reduce risk, and serve customers. So yeah, these are the keywords that actually we are not directly using. Make decision. So from that file, can you take decision? Okay, from that file, or if I say for 100 TB, I just need to analyze 10 TB. 10 TB is too much. 10 TB is too much. Actually, even our hard disk with 1 TB, there are a lot of free spaces. Okay, apart from if you just remove Windows 10 or Windows operating system, there are a lot of space available for us. So that 10 TB is a lot more. So you need to take 10, you need to consider 10 TB and you must analyze it. Okay, reduce risk. How do we reduce risk? What do we mean by this reduce risk word? That means let's assume, so in we have a mall, and in supermarket there are two products. Okay, we want to know that whether this products is selling within month or not, so that we can order more. If it's not selling within this month, or using previous data, we can see that this product is not selling that much faster, or this product is lagging behind. There is no that much demand for a consumer from customer. So what we can do, we can reduce risk. We will not order that product. Obviously, our money will be saved. And yeah, what we can do is we can demand. We can get very less product from the distributor, right? So this is how we can reduce risk and serve customer. So which product is selling faster, that we can serve the customer, or we can get data from another supermarket, or from we can say survey. Using survey, we can we should know what is the customer choice, and then we can serve customer. Okay. So actually, for these words only I explain this thing. Okay. So these are the technical words. They will not directly tell you that this word means this, but they will just say reduce risk, so customer make decisions. So decisions I need to make from 10 to data, I will make decisions that okay, now this two product I need to sell, I need to put. Okay. So these are the loose, these are the words that sometimes confuse you. Okay, now I think these words are clear. So just consider, just whenever we talk about big data, just consider a lot of data, and just consider that you are having supermarket, and at the time you are dealing with some products. Okay. Now, okay, so this is the one of the definition of big data from Forrester. Yeah, it's a boring. Okay, a boring definition. So you need to remember a lot of things. Now, Gartner has given definition. Now, these are the popular publications, Gartner, Forrester. We have not read, even I have not read so many publications. So it's a general, big data is general, is defined as high volume, high velocity, and variety information, assess the demand, cost effective, innovative forms of information processing for enhanced insight and decision making. Okay, still you see there are a lot of words which are like, yeah, we may not understand. Okay, we need to go into depth of this word, what actually they wanted to say. Let's move further. Snow. Okay, one more definition from O'Reilly. It's a publication which publishes book. So big data is a data that exceeds the processing capacity of conventional database system. The data is too big, moves too fast, or doesn't fit the structure of your database architecture. To gain value from this data, you must choose an alternative way to process it. Now, I think this definition you can understand. I think this definition you can understand. Okay. So it says your conventional database system, the database which you are using, MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, okay, it exceeds the capacity of the conventional database. Yeah, data which does not fit in our this traditional database system. It's too big, it moves too fast, or doesn't fit the strict structure of your database architecture. Now, database architecture means you see our MySQL database, it follows ACID property. SQL, usually SQL, it follows ACID property. Okay, so ACID property itself is a strict terminology. Strict means if data is there, if I want that data, then it has to be if in between supplying data, if connection breaks or anything wrong thing happens, then yeah, database won't update. This SQL database won't update. Okay, so it's a strict and it's slow compared to other new technologies, our SQL is slow due to these restrictions. But yeah, it's again safe, highly safe. That's why whatever banking transactions are there, it uses SQL only. To gain value from this data, you must choose the alternative way to process. Okay. So there are a lot of data like this, which doesn't fit in SQL. To gain something important from this, you must choose an alternative way to process it. You must choose some alternative way, not the traditional way like you import some file and you just analyze it. Okay. Yeah, so there are too many buzzwords. I mean, too many words. Okay, but still, this definition you can understand. Now, IBM has given definition. So IBM says why I left behind. I must give definition. So big data is a data characterized by three attributes. Very simple: volume, variety, and velocity. Volume, variety, and velocity. Okay. So again, these three words are very important because in first chapter these three words are there. Actually, there are five words, but I will see in the next PPT. We will see. Okay. So data characterized by three attributes: volume, variety, velocity. Anyway, let's move ahead. So these are the, we can say, random words. Now Oracle has given again one definition. Big data is a data characterized by four key attributes. You see the IBM volume, variety, velocity. Now Oracle move ahead and it gave value also. So big data is the data characterized by four key attributes: volume, variety, velocity, and value. And value. Okay. Again more buzzwords. Again more buzzwords. So really confusing what actually big data is and what it does. Okay. So let's look at big PPT. So we'll see the big data in different way. Okay. Now you just pay attention carefully. So what was your first computer? I mean, yeah, this 50 is a little bit old, but yeah, first computer was different, like this. What was its big data limit? First computer, what was the big data limit? So here's the definition. Small data is when it's fit in RAM. Big data is when it's crashed because it does not fit in RAM. Now this is very important. Small data is when it fit in RAM. Big data is when it's crashed because it's not fit in RAM. Now I hope you understand. Okay. I mean, this is just for understanding purpose. So let's try again. Let's try to understand what actually it wants to say. So consider byte. We know, right? Bit and byte. If byte is equal to 1 grain of rice, this is 1 grain of rice. Okay, 1 grain of rice. That means ekach dana. So okay, only 1 grain of rice. Byte means. So if it a kilobyte, that means what? It's a cup of rice. Now let's take megabyte. Megabyte means what? 8 bags of rice. Okay, these are the bags of rice. Gigabyte. These are the trucks full with rice only. Okay, that means gigabyte. Terabyte. 2 container ship. Terabyte means what? From byte to terabyte, we are going from one grain of rice to 2 container ship. Okay, these are the container ship of rice. So actually, I'm explaining you this terminology: byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, right? Petabyte, blankets, Manhattan. So petabyte means what? So this is a Manhattan area in New York. So if we fill the whole this Manhattan area with the rice, That means petabyte. Exabyte, blankets, West Coast states. Yeah, PPT made by some US person, so he has given the example of US. So West Coast means what? These three states, if we fill with this, rise only. We fill with this, rise only. Exabyte. Zettabyte, we fill with the Pacific Ocean. Zettabyte means what? We fill this Pacific Ocean, very, very large ocean. Okay, with this rise only. That means zettabyte. I hope you are getting this terminology. Yottabyte. Okay, Earth size rice bowl. Okay, Earth size rice bowl. We fill with, only rice balls, which is size of Earth. That will be comparable to your yottabyte. Is there any further thing? No. Okay, there is no further thing. Computer was working with these two group of data. If you consider 1980s or 1990, at that time we are talking about. Then desktop computer came even for in my home in year 2000. One desktop computer came, 2001. Is specific if I say. Then it was working with megabyte only. Okay. Yeah, gigabyte also it was working. Internet is working at this level. It working with terabyte and petabyte. Because internet is too large. I mean, lots of data coming here and go. Even we are I'm delivering lecture internet. Lots of data coming to you. Lots of data you are writing and it's coming to me. Zettabyte and jottabyte, they are there. Yeah. Now you see, big data works with this exabyte and zettabyte. Okay, zettabyte means what? Fills the Pacific Ocean. So you want to analyze Pacific Ocean. Let's understand. So you cannot analyze with this a simple computer. You require some new technology. That is big data. Now most of the companies are here with exabyte and zettabyte. You see Facebook, Yahoo, Amazon.com, eBay, Google. Okay. Now you let me tell you one of the example like YouTube videos. You see there are a lot of videos are there. I mean each and every faculty is recording videos. They are uploading in YouTube, and the link you are getting from Marwadi app, right? So there are lots of size. I mean YouTube is very very large. I mean YouTube purchased by Google, right? So Google is managing very very large data. How they are managing? I mean they are work with this zettabyte of data. And yottabytes is the future. Future it will explode. Even if you are reading news, then Elon Musk is SpaceX is launching so many satellites which gives us internet. Okay, so in remote location also you will be able to access internet. Okay, at the time you will see there will be lot of data will be there. This statement is very old. You see 2012. But let's read. Utah Governor Herbert on June 11, 2012 told the annual meeting of the National Governors Association that the NSS, this figure, square foot data center being built outside Salt Lake City, will be the first vessel to house yottabyte of data. Now we know yottabyte, right? Earth size rice bowl. I mean, lot of data. So USA, that's why USA, China is way ahead of us. They have data centers, and you see the first facility of yottabyte they are establishing 2012. You can search on net. I think it's been there. It's there. Okay. So big data is not about the size of the data. It's about the value within the data. Okay. So actually, you are not supposed to count the size of data. You must get some valuable information, right? Then and then it's useful. Otherwise, data is data. I mean, you won't get anything from there, those things. So in data mining, you might have learned the first data processing. chart, in the data processing chart, you are getting some useful data at the last moment. Okay, so the useful data we want, we don't want anything. Okay, so even the 2 GB of data is there and it's not useful, I am not considering it. Okay, even 10 GB of video files I have, but if I am not doing any analysis on video files, that is not useful for me. Okay, so it's a value which is hidden there. That's what I want. If value is not there within data, it's not useful. So big data is not about size of data, it's about value within data. So I need that value which is hidden there, which is there, some kind of useful pattern is there, which I can observe and I can use there in a further processing, further research or further my business. Okay. So what is value actually? What we are talking about value in terms of, as already I said, but let's see. You see, market intelligence, business intelligence, secret intelligence, these are the values we are talking about. Market intelligence, we know. So what exactly is going on in market, where people are going to buy. So you know, mobile phones purchase, you see the very big e-commerce websites, which phone is trending, which mobile phone is trending. They can do analysis and they can put that phone, they can increase that phone price so they can get more profit, right? We knew this thing that if phone is trending and phone is selling in larger pace, then this e-commerce site they will increase the price and market also will get that phone in a very costly manner. We have to pay some more money, right? Business intelligence is for what? Like which product I need to sell. Okay, so in my business, which product is selling faster? Which products in upcoming month will be there? That comes in business intelligence. Secret intelligence. In ATM, let's say in ATM, how people are accessing ATM, how frauds people are accessing ATM. There has been pattern. There is a pattern that fraud people like those who want to break ATM, those who want to mischief with ATM. So they are pressing some other buttons instead of some regular button. Okay, this is one of the examples I'm giving. There are lots of examples out there. Okay? So our society is leaving behind a digital footprint. Even if you are here, you know Facebook, you have profile, I have profile, WhatsApp, chat. So you are leaving digital footprint. If someone gets passed away, so his or her profile will be there in Facebook. It will remain as it is. I think there are some policies are there from, in Facebook, but yeah, society is leaving behind a digital footprint. You are capturing selfies. Okay, you are putting on social media, Instagram, okay, in WhatsApp. You want to show everyone that yeah, see, this is who I am look like. Okay, so yeah, these are the digital footprints actually, and this digital data is increasing day by day. Now you are taking selfie, tomorrow you will take selfie with your husband or your wife, then day after tomorrow you will be taking selfie with your kids, your mother, father, the way you are going ahead. Okay, so people are living online and we all are expressing our attitudes, likes, dislike, or opinions and perspective. You see the social media impact. Like 5 years ago, that was not much. Now it's too much. People are living online and we all are expressing our attitudes, likes, dislikes, opinions, and perspective. We are generating huge amount of data. So it's a huge amount of data. Okay, very, very huge. And data with lot of information. Those data have lot of information. Okay, so one example is you might be chatting with your friend which laptop to buy. Okay, gaming laptop or some high performance laptop. So yeah, there is information that you want to buy laptop. So which company you are talking, what memory size, what you are talking. If I can mine your data, then I can come to know, okay, you are talking about this laptop. Okay, if some company like uh, these companies are actually mining your data only, But yeah, if they come to know that yeah, you are looking for this at next time, uh, they will what they will do is they will show that kind of things in your browser, in other websites only. Okay, so this is the data with a lot of information. This comes with a lot of information and lot of noise, and it's a lot of noise. Noise means what? There are lot of information which are not useful. Uh, at this moment, let's say emoji. I mean, emojis are again useful, but let's say emoji. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's not useful. So the ability to hear the signal from the noise is the key. Ability to hear the signal from the noise is the key. So after a lot of data, if we are able to hear a noise, sorry. So this lot of data, if I am able to get some useful data within this data, then yeah, it's a key, right? So unlocking the human conversation that is taking place around us. Okay, the way I say, I just given the example, unlocking the human conversation, right? That the me and you are talking, and sometimes you see, we are talking in some other language also. If you can see, or if you can, if you have marked it or not, I'm not sure. But you see, we are Gujarati people, right? So sometimes you and me are talking in Gujarati, but written in English, written in Roman script, but language is Gujarati. Have you marked this? Okay. These are known as a transliterated keywords. Okay. It's Gujarati language, but the script which we are writing in Roman script, right? English. So yeah, in order to get information from that, it's again a huge task, right? So listening to this conversation can lead us to, if we are able to break this conversation, then what happens? Unexpected discoveries. We may get some useful information, right? This is what lead us to big data. Big data is for this only, unexpected discoveries. So these are the little bit case studies I wanted to show you. Netflix, we know, okay, and House of Cards. I think this is, I mean, yeah, very old series. So yeah, this information is very less out there. So House of Cards is one of the first major test case of this big data driven creative strategy. For almost a year, Netflix executives have told us that their detailed knowledge of the Netflix subscriber viewing preference clinched their decision to license to a remake the popular and critically well regarded 1990 BBC miniseries. Netflix data indicated that the same subscriber who loved the original BBC production also gabbled down movies starring Kevin Spacey or directed by David Fincher. Therefore, they concluded that Netflix executed a remake of the BBC drama with Spacey and Fincher. Attack was a no-brainer, and to the point that the company committed 100 million for two 13-episode seasons. Okay, this is very popular case study. What happened? That Netflix accessed their subscribers' data for a year, and what they concluded that they might that these users they loved BBC miniseries like with Kevin Spacey and David Fincher. They loved this series, and for that, after this analysis, uh, the lot of data there. After the analysis, what they did with this same starring actor and this director, they have launched uh, one more. That is a season of two season with 13 episodes. They have given 100 million for. So this was the very famous case study, House of Cards. Did it work? Let's say these are the reviews of just started so far awesome. Watching House of Cards, Kevin Spacey utterly brilliant as a slimy, convening politician with the quick wit and the man has such a rage. Wow, according to IMDb, at least most popular TV show in world right now. Thank you, fans. And now you see these are tweets of 2013. If you see 2013, real history behind the politics, House of Cards. I finished House of Cards. Don't know. You see behind this, all these things behind. These are the users' data. User data we have accumulated. Netflix have accumulated users' data. They have analyzed it and they came to know this conclusion. So how do you mine all this data? So you need to mine and as well as you need to mind. Mind means uh, you need to analyze. So most people don't know what to do with all the data that they already have. So we might have data, but we don't know what to do. We just pass on. We just store in our hard disk drive. We don't do anything. So most of the company they don't do anything. They just store data in some archive in data warehouse. So get big by starting small. Very, very effective statement. You increase your business by starting with very small data. Okay, by analyzing very small thing and you get big. So focus on business impact. You focus on business impact. Okay. So business impact is again much more important for each and every organization. Business impact is very very important. If tomorrow I have business, then I will focus on how do I run my business and how do I get money from that business. I will not run my business if it's not if I'm not earning any money. So here's the different flow chart. Not, I mean, don't take it seriously, but yeah, you start it, you try something. If it's working, then yes. Then you again try something new. If it's working, if it's not working, then you again try a new methodology. And yeah, it's working. Then you sometimes you must stop. This is how you must start. Okay. So big data isn't big if you know how to use it. Big data isn't big if you know how to use it. Okay. So actually it's a smart data. Okay. Just like smart city, there are a lot of buzzwords are there. The way will be dealing with smart data. Okay. Lot of data from there we are going to mine one specific thing, one quick thing from there.